Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for Tuesday, January 20th. Let's start with what's moving the security landscape this morning. A fresh browser extension campaign abusing click-fix-style lures, a new ransomware-linked malware in a Fortune 100 finance network, and notable vulnerabilities touching cloud confidential computing and AI assistance. Following on from yesterday's note about malicious extensions, investigators now flag a fake ad blocker for Chrome and Edge, branded NextShield, that intentionally crashes the browser to set up click-fix social engineering. Meanwhile, researchers detail a separate campaign dubbed Kongtuk, where a lookalike CrashSticks extension masquerades as an ad blocker, forces a controlled crash, and ultimately delivers a new remote access Trojan known as Modelo Rat. On the ransomware front, Bleeping Computer reports a Fortune 100 company in the finance sector saw attackers deploy a new Windows malware, PDF Cider, to stage payloads across endpoints, another reminder that initial access and payload delivery continue to evolve. In parallel, Ingram Micro disclosed that its July 2025 ransomware incident ultimately exposed data on more than 42,000 individuals, underscoring the long tail of breach notifications and third-party risk. In the UK, the government and the National Cybersecurity Center warn that Russian-aligned hacktivist groups are continuing disruptive denial-of-service attacks against critical infrastructure and local government services. The advisory emphasizes resilience measures for public-facing sites and networks as these nuisance-level campaigns keep testing capacity and attention. Turning to vulnerabilities, academic researchers outlined StackWarp, a hardware flaw affecting AMD processors from Zen 1 through Zen 5 that can let a privileged host break the integrity of confidential virtual machines protected by SEV-SNP, a meaningful consideration for cloud security and confidential computing designs. Separately, researchers described an indirect prompt injection against Google's Gemini that hid a dormant payload in calendar invites to bypass authorization guardrails and exfiltrate private calendar data, raising fresh privacy and AI safety questions. Looking ahead, expect continued malvertising waves and copycat click-fix techniques until extension stores and ad ecosystems catch up. And watch for microcode or hypervisor guidance related to StackWarp from vendors and cloud providers. Also monitor Google's security notes around Gemini and calendar integrations. And for UK operators, anticipate intermittent DDoS pressure on civic and critical online services. You should be watching enterprise browsers and extension governance, especially on managed Chrome and Edge fleets. Keep an eye on Windows endpoints and lateral movement in financial services, confidential VMs and host controls on AMD platforms, AI-integrated productivity tools like calendars and assistants, and UK public sector portals, ISPs, and payment pages where volumetric attacks can degrade availability. The takeaway: attackers are blending social engineering, browser trust abuse, and hardware layer edge cases to find gaps, while post-incident disclosures keep rippling through supply chains. Steady visibility and timely verification across browsers, cloud hosts, and AI-connected workflows will set the pace. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.